Hello, today is going to be a lesson in stirring. I'm going to talk you through the science behind the techniques to creating the world's highest quality stirred drinks. Today we'll be focusing on the martini cocktail, so brace yourselves, spoons at the ready, let's get stirring. So there's an awful lot of fluff about martinis and how people like them, shaken not stirred, different garnishes that they want on them, they want it dirty, they want loads of brine juice in there. I'm not interested in any of that. What I'm really interested in is that control of dilution and temperature. If you can get those two things right, then you have the opportunity to make brilliant martinis. I feel like I should be wearing a waistcoat for this or something. No, it doesn't work. Off you come. So the martini, we're gonna need some gin, vermouth, lemon, and a bit of equipment. This is one of the simplest cocktails, and that is why it's one of the hardest to make. There is nothing to hide behind. First things first, I've got a mixing jug here. We want to work with cold equipment. The average temperature of the contents of this container goes down with every ice cube we add. So in other words, that is warmer than that. So the more ice we have in there, the colder it's all gonna be. The colder it all is, the slower the ice melts. So we literally fill it as high as we can, right to the top. So as we're stirring here, the ice is increasing the surface area with the contact that it has with the glass itself. We can't start making our cocktail until the glass is nice and cold. Once it's cold, it will stay cold for a while. So let's stir, stir, stir and get this nice and cold. What we've done is we've melted some of that ice. What's in a martini? Everyone gets obsessed with the vermouth and they get obsessed with the garnish. Not all vermouths are created equal. I'm just going to add a splash. There's so many different variations. Do you see that there? Hardly any. I drink a lot of martinis and I'm really not fussed about the amount of vermouth. Some people are. So just to distinguish right now, there are two main types of martini, and I don't mean vodka and gin. The two main types are wet and dry. Wet is where you leave a lot of that vermouth in there. Dry, the ice has been coated in it. We can then strain that off. I can smell a little bit of apricot-y, white winey, slightly herbal. Now we've got our vermouth stained ice, we're gonna move on to the main event. Your martini is only gonna be as good as the ingredients that you are using. So if you like a particular gin, use that. Hence I'm using 58 because I love it. Yes, I know the distiller, and yes, he's a good friend, but he also makes some seriously good gin. And I'm gonna throw in a large measure. We're doing a number of different things when we make a martini. We're gonna bring that temperature down, we're gonna bring the dilution up. Okay, it's just been sat there, it's already moving along that journey. It's started to cool itself down, and we've also started to see the dilution going up. So you've got to picture two lines moving from here to here. We've got a line of dilution starting very low and starting to increase as we move along in this direction. So you've got one line going this way, and then the other line is the temperature. You started with something warm, a little bit higher in temperature, and it's coming down in temperature as it gets closer to this point. There is a rough ballpark of a point that every bartender should aim for where those two lines cross over. So what you're looking for is a window in there where the temperature is as low as you can get it before the dilution ends up too heavy. So that's why we taste it a lot. So as I stir it now, I can see the liquid level is already rising. The dilution is going up and up and up. So let's have another taste. We're really not far off it already, and I haven't done much stirring. Little bit more stirring, one more taste. I'm excited, I think we're there. Time is of the essence. I take my pre-chilled cocktail glass from the fridge, so that's nice and cold. This gin in particular is going to work really well with a lemon, but it could also work with an orange, grapefruit. It could work with a bit of thyme, lavender, an onion, an olive, black or green. It really doesn't matter. It's about who's drinking it and how are they going to enjoy it. I'm going to give this a nice lemon zest. Twist it gently over the top of the martini so that all of the oils start to release out of it. You don't want to go overkill here. We're just giving it a little lift. Let's have a taste. Cheers. Stirring allows us to taste as we go. So it allows us to monitor what we're doing and be very, very precise with the amount of dilution and the temperature that we're controlling it with. Use good ingredients, control the dilution, control the temperature, and for the garnish, give an appropriate visual and aromatic insight into what's going to be in the gin without overpowering it. Those are my top tips for making a martini. I look forward to hearing your comments. Get stirring. Get Get your stir on. Such a stirrer. Have a little practice at home. Don't drink too much. Do drink quality. Like, subscribe, click on the bell, and I'll see you next week for another video.